Ever wondered how Kim Jong Un travels without anyone knowing? He cruises in a private train with silk sheets, bearskin rugs, and gourmet food. For extra security, 2 support trains guard him. When flying, he borrows million-dollar jets from China. And yes, there's a secret island for wild parties with Dennis Rodman. Let's dive into the incredible hidden world of Kim Jong Un's travels. The Kim family's unique travel history. The history of traveling among the Kim family in North Korea is very special. Whenever Kim Jong Un needs to go to other countries for important meetings or trade agreements, he has only left his home country 9 times. On his adventures, he has visited China 4 times, traveled to South Korea twice, and made a single trip to countries like Russia, Singapore, and Vietnam. His favorite way to travel is by riding his personal high-security train, which is a tradition followed by all 3 leaders of North Korea, starting with Kim Il-sung, the first leader. During the Korean War, Kim Il-sung used trains as his headquarters. Even after the war, he really loved the train and incorporated it into his daily life. Kim Jong Un took it even further by constructing many secret palaces accessible only via private railway lines. Some of these lines even go underground and can be reached only by train. You might think the Kim family's aversion to air travel is a tradition, but it's said to have started with a dramatic event in 1982. Kim Jong-il and his father, Kim Il-sung, were at an airstrip to inspect a new jet. As the test flight began, everything seemed normal. Suddenly, the aircraft exploded in mid-air, shattering into pieces. Witnessing the jet they were supposed to fly in burst into flames must have been terrifying. Kim Jong-il had another close call, this time in a helicopter. This incident solidified his decision to avoid air travel almost entirely. Instead, he chose to travel by train, just like his father. Kim Il-sung also feared flying and preferred trains. Ironically, Kim Jong-il died on a train during a domestic trip in December 2011. The importance of train travel. Kim Il-sung's most extensive train journey was in 1984 when he toured nearly every socialist country in Eastern Europe. His route included Poland, East Germany, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, and Romania, looping back through the Soviet Union. These trips were essential for North Korea's leaders. Meeting other world leaders helps them build alliances and strengthen their country's position internationally. Travel is crucial for North Korea's supreme leaders. Despite the country's size, they need to maintain relationships with other nations. These journeys aren't just about politics. They are about ensuring North Korea's place on the global stage. By forging these connections, they gain protection and influence, known as soft power. Kim Il-sung's tour of the Soviet Union was crucial, especially during the height of the Cold War when America was involved in the Vietnam War. This journey wasn't just for show, it was a strategic move to reinforce ties with the Communist Party and garner support. The fear was that if America won in Vietnam, they might turn their attention to North Korea. Strengthening alliances with powerful communist nations was a way to ensure North Korea had backing in case of future conflicts. Decades later, Kim Jong-un made a similar journey to Vietnam, spending nearly 60 hours on the train. For most of us, sitting still for an hour is a challenge, so imagining a 60-hour train ride is almost impossible. However, Kim Jong-un's train travel is far from ordinary. His people see him as a god, and his mode of transportation reflects that belief. Luxury on the rails. Kim Jong-un's train journeys are the epitome of luxury. His armored train is outfitted with every imaginable comfort and more. Think of silk sheets, cotton and wool cushions, shag carpeting, and even a bearskin rug. The train boasts waterbeds, mahogany chairs, and tables, plus a plethora of imported decorations. It's like something out of a James Bond movie. complete with a tank filled with piranhas. While many images of his private carriage remain secret for security reasons, we have detailed descriptions from North Korean defectors. They paint a picture of opulence and extravagance, showcasing the lengths to which Kim Jong Un goes to ensure his comfort and security during travel. This lavish mode of transportation highlights the stark contrast between the lives of North Korea's leaders and its citizens. It also underscores the importance of these journeys. For North Korea's leaders, traveling by train isn't just about getting from one place to another. When I say there are things like wine imported from Burgundy, cheese imported from Paris, caviar from Iran, and tuna worth $40,000 imported from Japan, I mean it. Even if the North Korean people are starving, the supreme leader must be well fed. Kim Jong Un travels in unmatched style. The interior of his train alone costs over $2 million, and this is just for his private carriage, which weighs an impressive 200,000 kilograms. Kim Jong Un doesn't travel alone. He takes 2 support trains with him. Each train carries extra personnel for security, cleaning, cooking, and other support roles. The first train, the initial security train, goes ahead to ensure the tracks and stations are safe and secure. It also carries a large number of security officers prepared to repel any threats. Kim Jong Un has a deep fear of being assassinated, so his security detail must be ready at a moment's notice. His private carriage follows behind this security train, ensuring that he is shielded from any potential dangers. A third support train follows with more bodyguards, staff, and supplies. If the main train is already carrying so much luxury, one can only imagine the contents of the support trains. They likely carry more of the same high-end supplies, ensuring every aspect of Kim's journey is as comfortable and secure as possible. Air travel and diplomatic challenges. Traveling by air is out of the question for Kim Jong Un due to safety concerns and his preference for the train. This preference is deeply ingrained, despite the fact that when he was a young boy, he did leave North Korea to attend school abroad in Switzerland. Interestingly, he did not travel by train at that time. Instead, he flew under an assumed identity, attending school secretly. The luxury and security of Kim Jong Un's train highlight the vast disparity between his life and that of the average North Korean. The train is equipped with the finest imported goods, the finest wines from Burgundy, exquisite cheeses from Paris, rare caviar from Iran, and incredibly expensive tuna from Japan are standard. This opulence exists despite the widespread poverty and food shortages that plague North Korea. The extravagance extends beyond just food and drink. The train's interior features all the latest and greatest amenities, including silk sheets, cotton and wool cushions, shag carpeting, a bearskin rug, waterbeds, and mahogany chairs and tables. The entire setup reflects a lifestyle of unimaginable luxury, starkly contrasting with the lives of ordinary North Koreans. Kim Jong Un's train also symbolizes his need for control and security. The extensive preparations and multiple support trains underscore his fears, and the lengths he goes to protect himself. His paranoia about assassination is evident in the heavy security presence and the meticulous planning of each journey. Despite his fear of flying, Kim Jong Un's rare air travels in his youth show that even then, extraordinary measures were taken to ensure his safety. Attending school abroad under a secret identity highlights the secretive and cautious nature of his upbringing. Traveling by the super-luxurious train was not an option, so Kim Jong Un had to fly. Although he may have flown commercially in his youth, he certainly doesn't fly that way anymore. The Kims are not known for air travel, but they do occasionally take to the skies. One notable instance was when Kim Jong Un needed to get to Singapore for a summit with former US President Donald Trump to discuss denuclearizing the Korean peninsula. While traveling by train could have been viable, It was not possible this time due to diplomatic tensions with Malaysia. This tension arose from the assassination of his half-brother at Kuala Lumpur Airport, making safe passage through Malaysia impossible. Kim Jong Un's half-brother, once the heir apparent, fell out of favor with their father over a fake passport and a trip to Disney World in Japan. This incident left Kim Jong Un with no choice but to fly to Singapore. Given his lavish lifestyle, one can expect the same luxuries on his flights as on his train trips. However, the flights, though luxurious, are not as opulent as his train journeys. The interior of Kim Jong Un's jet still costs well over $1 million. It features bearskin rugs, incredibly detailed seats with ivory accents, and plasma screen TVs with the latest communication technologies. There is likely a PlayStation 5 on board as well. These amenities ensure that Kim Jong Un travels in comfort and style, even when flying. The choice to fly to Singapore was driven by necessity rather than preference. Traveling by air is not the Kim family's favored mode of transport. Their preference for trains stems from a deep-seated fear of assassination and a desire for greater control over their travel environment. The ill-fated helicopter trip in the past further cemented their preference for ground travel. However, the summit with Trump was critical, and the need to avoid Malaysia made flying the only option. Kim Jong Un's air travel arrangements are a reflection of his need for luxury and security. The jet's opulent interior mirrors the extravagance of his train, though it may not match the full extent of the train's luxury. The bearskin rugs and ivory-accented seats highlight the lengths to which Kim Jong Un goes to ensure his comfort. The advanced communication technologies and entertainment systems on board ensure he remains connected and entertained during the flight. Kim Jong Un's planes are quite outdated, mainly consisting of old Soviet airplanes, many of which are well past their prime. Despite their age, these jets likely have newly outfitted engines and modern technology, making them reliable for travel. While they might not match the luxury of Air Force One, they are the closest Kim Jong Un can get, especially given the sanctions that prevent North Korea from purchasing luxury goods and items. However, Kim Jong Un has managed to equip his jets with all the comforts he desires. For his trip to Singapore, Kim Jong Un required at least 4 planes due to the dilapidated state of North Korea's own fleet. Consequently, he had to borrow 2 planes from China. The first borrowed plane was an Air China A330, which flew from Pyongyang to Singapore, carrying members of his protection and security detail. These personnel were tasked with preparing for his arrival, conducting security sweeps, and checking for active threats. Following this, an Air Koryo cargo plane transported Kim's executive limousine, a Mercedes-Benz Maybach X6000 worth over $1 million. This vehicle symbolizes Kim's opulent lifestyle and serves as his mobile command center. Finally, Kim Jong Un himself left Pyongyang on a specially designed Air China 747, typically used by Chinese leaders for their trips. It is likely that another Air Koryo plane followed, carrying the rest of Kim's delegation. This journey marked the first time a North Korean leader had taken such a high-profile trip by plane, surprising the world given Kim Jong Un's well-known aversion to flying. This aversion is deeply rooted in the Kim family's history, with incidents like Kim Jong-il's ill-fated helicopter trip reinforcing their preference for train travel. Kim Jong-un's reliance on borrowed planes for this critical diplomatic mission underscores the challenges North Korea faces due to international sanctions. These sanctions limit the country's ability to purchase modern aircraft and other luxury items, forcing Kim to make do with what is available. Despite these limitations, Kim Jong-un ensures that his travel arrangements are as luxurious and secure as possible. The logistical complexity of the Singapore trip highlights the meticulous planning involved in Kim Jong-un's travel. The advance team ensured that all security measures were in place, while the cargo plane ensured that his luxurious limousine was ready upon his arrival. The use of a Chinese 747 reflects the diplomatic relationship between North Korea and China, showcasing their cooperation despite broader international tensions. Kim Jong Un's trip to Singapore was not just a diplomatic mission. It was a display of his ability to navigate international challenges and maintain his preferred level of luxury and security. The outdated planes and the need to borrow from China underline the constraints he operates under, but also his resourcefulness in overcoming these hurdles. This new precedent of Kim Jong Un flying to international summits, like the one in Singapore, opens the possibility that he might fly to the United States to meet with President Joe Biden if the need arises. Although Rocket Man might prefer to arrive in the U.S. on a nuclear-powered rocket to showcase North Korea's strength, borrowing rockets from China is impractical. Instead, borrowing jets remains a viable option. North Korea faces significant challenges in building a strong air travel system with high-quality planes due to international embargoes on luxury and expensive goods. This is why many of their aircraft are old and outdated. Despite these restrictions, Kim Jong Un has sometimes managed to acquire luxury items, such as a high-end car and a yacht, by bypassing these rules. However, overcoming his fear of flying remains a gradual process for Kim Jong Un. He appears to be taking small steps, such as his solo ski lift ride at North Korea's Masikryong ski resort, luxury yachts, and secret islands. Traveling by sea is another method Kim Jong Un might consider, although it is unlikely he has ever made international trips this way. He has been seen on boats and submarines during short supervisory visits. In 2013, while visiting an Army-run fishing station, a mysterious white yacht in the background of some photos sparked rumors. This yacht, speculated to cost about $7 million, was rumored to belong to Kim Jong Un. Given North Korea's strict control over luxury items, it's clear that only the supreme leader could own such a pricey possession without facing sanctions. Although no pictures have surfaced showing Kim Jong Un or his family using the yacht, it is plausible they keep it secret to avoid international scrutiny. This level of secrecy aligns with the overall approach of North Korea's leadership, which carefully controls the dissemination of information about their personal lives and possessions. In terms of international travel, Kim Jong Un's ability to fly to key meetings signifies a strategic shift. His previous reliance on trains and the use of outdated planes show a deep-rooted preference for controlled and secure travel environments. However, the practical need to engage in high-level diplomacy has pushed him to adapt. The constraints imposed by international sanctions significantly impact North Korea's aviation capabilities. Despite this, Kim Jong Un's resourcefulness in acquiring luxury goods demonstrates his determination to maintain a certain standard of living and display power. This adaptability extends to his travel arrangements, where he finds ways to ensure safety and comfort even under restrictive conditions. Speaking of secrets, it's hard to imagine the rigid leader drunk on an exclusive island, but that did indeed happen. Kim Jong Un took trips to secret islands, one of which he visited with Dennis Rodman, a former NBA player with whom he formed an unlikely friendship. Their bromance began when Kim Jong Un was a student at the International School of Bern, where he developed a love for basketball and admiration for Rodman. This connection led to Rodman's first visit to Pyongyang in 2013. During his first trip to Pyongyang, Rodman was treated to the best life had to offer. He experienced a party filled with booze, women, food, and cheese, an abundance of everything. It was such an overwhelming experience that Rodman might have stayed in Pyongyang indefinitely had he not had other commitments. One memorable aspect of their escapades was a visit to one of Kim Jong Un's private islands. Few people are allowed on this secret island, but Rodman described their week-long stay as heaven on earth. The island featured a never-ending bar serving as much alcohol as one could drink, an environment where excess was the norm. Jet skis, women from around the world, and an endless supply of booze from every corner of the globe made the island a true paradise. Unlike anything Rodman had ever seen, the entire island was created for Kim Jong Un's entertainment, showcasing the leader's opulent and extravagant lifestyle. The sheer scale of luxury and excess on the island highlights the stark contrast between Kim Jong Un's private life and the daily struggles of North Korean citizens. This island, like many other aspects of his life, is shrouded in secrecy, known only to a select few. Rodman's account of the island offers a rare glimpse into Kim Jong Un's private world. The island is not just a place for leisure, but a retreat designed to cater to every whim and desire of the North Korean leader. The presence of jet skis, women from diverse backgrounds, and a bar stocked with international alcohol brands paints a picture of a secluded paradise created for indulgence. According to Dennis Rodman, they took a boat to Kim Jong Un's secret island that resembled a cross between a ferry and a Disneyland attraction. This ship, estimated to be nearly 200 feet long, was filled with almost everything imaginable, as well as some things Rodman had never seen before. The former NBA star couldn't delve into too many details about their exploits, likely due to a non-disclosure agreement, but what he did witness could be the stuff of legends. Rodman described their week-long stay on the island as an unparalleled experience of luxury and excess. They partied like it was 1999, with endless supplies of alcohol, international delicacies, and a plethora of entertainment options. However, their return from Kim's super-secret party island wasn't via the same extravagant party boat they arrived on. Instead, they traveled back on one of Kim's luxury yachts. This yacht from Princess International is a 95-foot, 29-meter vessel worth around $7 million. It comes complete with all the amenities of VIP like Kim Jong Un would expect. The yacht is a testament to Kim's opulent lifestyle. Equipped with luxurious interiors, state-of-the-art technology, and every possible comfort, this kind of luxury yacht can take them anywhere they want to go, serving as both a symbol of power and a private retreat. The sheer scale of Kim Jong Un's personal luxury is staggering. From a party boat the size of a football field to a $7 million yacht, Kim's travel arrangements are far from ordinary. For a leader of such a poor country, Kim lives a life that would even make royalty blush. His extravagant lifestyle is a stark contrast to the hardships faced by the North Korean people. Rodman's accounts offer a rare glimpse into the private world of Kim Jong Un, revealing the extent of his wealth and the lengths he goes to maintain his lavish lifestyle. The secrecy surrounding these trips, the use of NDA agreements, and the careful curation of who gets to witness these events all underscore the highly controlled nature of Kim's personal life. Despite the economic struggles and international sanctions that North Korea faces, Kim Jong Un ensures that his personal comfort and luxury are never compromised. His travel methods, whether by plane, train, or yacht, are always executed with an eye toward maximum security and opulence. However, there is one mode of transportation that everyone uses, including Kim Jong Un, and that is by car. In typical fashion, Kim doesn't just travel by car, he stuns everyone with his unparalleled extravagance. The supreme leader goes to great lengths to ensure his privacy and security. For instance, he even travels with a private restroom because it is believed that his body waste could be used to gain information about his health. This level of precaution underscores his need for absolute control over his personal affairs. Kim Jong Un refuses to use rented vehicles, no matter who they belong to. When he travels internationally, he is chauffeured around in his exceptionally luxurious personal limousine, a Mercedes-Benz Maybach S600. This armored car is worth an estimated $1.6 million and is likely the most luxurious vehicle in all of North Korea. Reports indicate that the Maybach S600 has a customized inbuilt restroom that Kim can use while in transit. This is aside from a private mobile toilet attached to a car that travels with him at all times. The Mercedes-Benz Maybach S600 is more than just a car. It is a fortress on wheels. It features bulletproof windows, reinforced armor, and the highest level of luxury and technology available. The interior is designed to provide maximum comfort and security, with leather seats, advanced communication systems, and various other amenities. This vehicle ensures that Kim Jong Un can travel in style and safety, no matter where he goes. Secretive and controlled nature. Kim Jong Un's travel arrangements are far from ordinary. He travels with a personal security detail of about 12 men who run alongside his vehicle. Their role is to run interference, constantly monitor his surroundings, and replace tracking drones. This level of security was famously displayed during an inter-Korean summit when a black Mercedes transported Kim across the border. His dozen bodyguards, clad in suits, could be seen running beside the car on both sides and behind it. This image quickly gained internet fame, highlighting the extraordinary measures taken to protect the North Korean leader. Despite his preference for extreme security, Kim has also been spotted riding on regular buses in North Korea, often accompanied by his wife and other citizens. This occasional display of normalcy contrasts sharply with his otherwise highly controlled and luxurious lifestyle. Kim Jong Un has a notable love for Western vehicles. In addition to his Mercedes-Benz Maybach S600, he owns several other high-end cars. His collection includes a Mercedes-AMG G63, worth over $150,000, and a 1970 Lincoln limousine that belonged to his father, valued at about $30,000. He also owns a Lexus LX 570, worth over $80,000, and a Rolls-Royce Phantom, which costs more than $500,000. These vehicles are among the few luxury cars in the entire country, underscoring the stark disparity between the leader's opulence and the average North Korean's lifestyle. The Mercedes-Benz Maybach S600 is a key element of Kim's transport, but his collection of luxury vehicles highlights his affinity for Western luxury. The AMG G63 is known for its powerful performance and rugged design, making it both a status symbol and a practical vehicle for difficult terrains. The 1970 Lincoln limousine, with its classic American style, is a nod to the past and a connection to his father's era. The Lexus LX 570 offers a combination of luxury and off-road capability, while the Rolls-Royce Phantom represents the pinnacle of automotive luxury with its exquisite craftsmanship and unmatched comfort. Kim's extensive collection of luxury vehicles is not just for show. Each car is likely equipped with state-of-the-art security features, ensuring that his movements remain secure and discreet. These vehicles are maintained to the highest standards, reflecting his insistence on quality and reliability in every aspect of his life. Transporting these vehicles for international travel requires meticulous planning. His security team ensures that the cars are transported safely, often using cargo planes to deliver them to his destination ahead of his arrival. This logistical complexity underscores the lengths to which Kim goes to maintain his preferred level of comfort and security, no matter where he is. The presence of these luxury cars in North Korea, a country known for its economic challenges, highlights the vast disparity between Kim Jong Un and his citizens. While the average North Korean faces daily hardships, Kim's life of luxury and excess continues unabated. This contrast is a stark reminder of the privileges enjoyed by the country's elite.